how to stay mindful and present during times of loads of uncertainty. Uncertainty in terms of where to go next, what is the next right step for you in terms of career, making money, building a business, maybe relationship, maybe the next step to improve your health. Because it is indeed, I must admit, a very chaotic time. It feels like our whole energy system, our whole self-image and personal identity is basically been twisted around like we're some kind of washing machine of how we thought we used to be and how that currently is like completely being turned upside down of who do we think we are right now in terms of what gives us energy, what gives us joy and satisfaction, and what is the path ahead for us that feels like this could be my sole purpose. Let me see if I can manage without my sunglasses because the sun is quite bright at the moment. I'm here back in my home region, the southwest of the Netherlands, with a national park in the back of me, the sea called the Oosterschelde or Easterschelde. There's no English translation for that, unfortunately. And in the back of me I've got the Delta Works, which is protecting us from the North Sea, as we had a major flood here in the 1950s. And I'm here to reconnect with myself. I'm here since the half of January in the search of a new life, starting all over, in the search of a new job, a new career. And I went into a trial period for my first months and I did not succeed it. I did not succeed it because I was dealing with too much stress, anxiety, not feeling grounded, connected within myself, lack of focus, and easily distracted, feeling very restless, and my mind was simply not there. So I decided to do something that I knew in my past I really enjoyed doing, which was sailing. So I saw a job application at a local sailing club where I also used to take lessons in my past, more than 15 years ago. And I thought, you know what, I used to do a lot of sailing in my past. Can I go through a training period where I can be educated to become a sailing instructor? And within my first 3 weeks we noticed that my sailing skills were still a little bit at the basic of sailing and larger yachts, and I used to sail catamaran back in the day. And within 3 weeks, once again, I did not succeed in a new job opportunity, in a new trial period. And there I was. I already found like a new housing, accommodation and all of it, and once again I did not succeed. So this has been putting a lot of strain on my mental health and a lot of doubts and insecurity and uncertainty of what's next, what to do next. Yes, I really enjoy taking these type of videos and whatnot, but I'm also very restless within my mind and hyperactive within my mind. Like I tend to seek for a lot of instant gratifications, a lot of instant dopamine fixes. And if I don't get rewarded quick enough, I get bored, I get distracted, and I jump from one thing to another, and I struggle with the lack of focus and persistence and consistency and building these disciplines. And although I know, like, you know what, this could actually be the right kind of path for me. Like, this gives me peace or inner peace. Going out here, following my creative endeavors, inspirations and insights and whatnot. It actually does make me feel a little bit more mindful and present whilst I'm doing this. But at the same time, I'm also like, it has to generate some sort of financial stability, like very, very quick. Otherwise I go into another survival mode, which I'm so used to. I'm so used and I'm so attached to my survival modes of basically what I've learned to develop from a very young age, and this always caused a lot of stress and anxiety and uncertainty and instability within my mind and hyperactivity. So within this week I'm finally going to examine if indeed I do have some sort of ADD. Now, I actually already know this for myself by my own explorations and own research. I just really want to have some sort of confirmation to see what it is that I could do about it in order to ease down a little bit my hyperactivities within my mind. But at the same time, I know that I can develop my own cure by doing this kind of creative endeavors, like creating videos about how to become mindful and be present, even when we are highly sensitive, if we have a highly sensitive nervous system, and also if we have like a very restless soul, always on the search and seeking for something new to experience, to explore, so we can move on our journey of self-actualization. But also how to become mindful when we have indeed a very hyperactive mind, where perhaps in early life we had to develop some sort of survival or coping mechanism of the stressful environments we used to grow up with. So there I am, back at the coastal region, and I had so much of clarity when I went on the ferry from England back to my home region, and I had it all clear, I had it all figured out, like this is what I'm going to do. Yet 3 months has passed, and this is my first video or my second video since I've been here. And then I'm out here in the elements, the sun, the sea, the water, the wind, the air and the sky, and all these very beautiful elements that for me as a Pisces is an absolutely must to surround myself in. In England I was doing very much like surrounding myself or bathing myself in the atmosphere of a forest or forest bathing. But now I am bathing on the beach, and I'm not really sunbathing, I am bathing in the atmosphere of the elements of the sea. So how to become mindful and be present? Just come here, out in the elements, have a slow, gentle walk, and take in the whole environment. Listen closely, pay attention to perhaps the little waves in the background, the water, the wind. It's quite windy, so I apologize. Yet the winds can clear our heads. All the restlessness and the hyperactive thinking and thoughts, the wind can clear that. The warmth from the sun, we can feel it in early April. We can start paying attention to the tides of the water, the sea coming up. We see a pier in the background. Pretty soon it will not longer be there. So perhaps we could stand still and pay attention to the water, of the rising water, taking over all these stones and rocks and shells and oysters. The waves coming in, and just really use our 5 basic senses of perceiving our reality. And like I mentioned before, just like in forest bathing, if we stimulate our 5 basic senses by observing of what is here right now, instead of trying to go back to our past selves of how we used to be and what used to give us some sort of direction or stability, perhaps we are not longer that kind of person anymore. Maybe now it's something new, a new journey ahead for us that we can explore. Or feeling stressful about this whole new journey that we must perfectionize, as we are often perfectionists as well. Just take it step by step, day by day, making one video after a video, making one photograph after a photograph, writing one blog post after a blog post, and simply enjoy the process of creating and building and creating something for ourselves. That is what is helping us to ground ourselves within ourselves. I would say is this how we are really reconnecting with our personal strength and creativity, which gives us emotional stability. And it's also helping us to ground ourselves within ourselves with our root. If we are here out in nature, on the sea, or in a forest, or out in the mountains, on a lake, observing the whole environment of what Mother Nature has to offer, that's how we surround ourselves with the atmosphere or with the spirits of the land, of the nature, of the different kind of environments. This type of environment, my region, has a completely different energy and an atmosphere of the countrysides of England or other regions of the world. Yet that spirit belongs to that land, and when we open up to that, we can absorb everything what is there. We can take it in, and opening up our senses to that can really help us as well to transform our own inner self. And Mother Nature is always here and always will be there to support us within that journey. So tapping in or tuning in our 5 basic senses is always one of the best mindfulness practices that help us to become present with what is right now. And try to let go of how we used to be in the past, what we used to do within our past. Detach from that, which only gives us anxiety or depression, and also detach ourselves from any expectations or conditions of what it is that we are doing right now and an expected outcome in return, because once again that is the fastest way for disappointment. Because at the moment I will upload this video right now, maybe I'm not getting the desired results that I'm hoping for, which has been the case for most of my many years, and then I slack off in my consistency and persistence. But instead of reconnecting with what gives us joy and peace within this very moment, and build upon that, and that's really how we could increase our vibrational escrow or vibrational bank accounts. And just take a deep breath in the whole atmosphere. If you would like to share any of your thoughts or ideas or comments, please let me know. You know what to do. Make sure to subscribe, hit the bell notification, as I'm really like to move around and to surround myself in different atmospheres of particular lands or environments where we can soak up different kind of energies that could help us to reconnect with our true authentic self. Remind us who we really are and who we want to become. So if any of that stuff interests you, then you know where to find me. Jean-Paul here, take care for now, bye bye.